I'm a student of history. I love history, and so I'm very interested in your book, Countdown 1945. It's an in-depth account of the 116 days leading up to the United States dropping the atomic bomb on Hiroshima, Japan during World War II. A nuclear weapon had only been used in warfare twice, and only by the United States. So after researching the book, where do you come down on the morality of using a weapon that basically kills, I guess, tens of thousands of civilians if you add up what happened after the war and how many health problems people had for generations? Where do you come down on the morality of that?
You know, it's interesting because as a kid growing up in the 50s, that's a debate people used to have a lot. I don't think they do anymore. Should we have dropped the bomb or not have dropped the bomb? And I wasn't sure, but I thought it was a close call. After researching the book, I don't think it really was much of a close call, and I'm not sure that Truman really had any choice. It wasn't a choice between dropping the bomb or doing nothing. He was either going to drop the bomb, which is, you're quite right, killed tens of thousands of people, or he was going to have to launch an invasion of Japan, which meant the war would have gone on, according to the estimates from the Pentagon, for another year and a half, and would have resulted in 500,000 American casualties and 1 million Japanese casualties. So there was going to be a bloodbath either way. And given the fact that Roosevelt had approved the Manhattan Project 3 years before, for Truman not to use a weapon with which to end the war in a couple of days and let it go on and a lot of America's young men and women to be killed, I don't think that was much of a tough call for him at all.
Can I ask one follow-up question? Number one, wasn't Hirohito about to surrender, number one? And but you say that it would have gone on another year and a half, so maybe I'm wrong on that one. And also, if they dropped it on Hiroshima, what was the reason to then drop it on Nagasaki?
Well, no, he wasn't about to surrender by all accounts. And the best example of that is the fact that we dropped the bomb on Hiroshima on August 6th, and the Japanese were absolutely silent for several days. And 3 days later, after having given them those 3 days, the U.S. dropped a second bomb. And people always say, well, they would have surrendered anyway. We dropped the bomb, and they didn't surrender. And so we had to drop the second bomb. And it was only then. And frankly, Hirohito had to go over the heads of his civilian government who wanted to continue the war in order to almost unilaterally decide to surrender himself.